Forget about Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. LinkedIn is where the professional game is today. It's not just about creating your LinkedIn profile. Everybody has one. It's about optimizing your profile to achieve your goals. Whether it's landing a dream job, a contract, deal, or building a personal brand. Your LinkedIn profile should be such that your target is compelled to contact you. In this video, I will go through the following things. Number one, thought process of why you really need a LinkedIn profile. And this is for various experience levels. Number two, guide you to fill up each section of the LinkedIn profile. Number three, provide templates for each section. Number four, suggest tools to propel your profile onto the next level. And finally, number five, some insider tips and trips. Let's get started. Why do you need a LinkedIn profile? Let's take a couple of scenarios and understand why you really need a LinkedIn profile. College student, reservations you might have to creating your LinkedIn profile. I'm just a college student. I don't have anything to write. Who will look up my profile anyways? The right perspective on how to think about this. You need a job or an internship before you exit college. In order to get that job, you have to differentiate yourself from the crowd. To differentiate yourself, you need an awesome profile. Thus, you need a LinkedIn profile. 2 to 5 years experience. Reservations you might have on creating a LinkedIn profile? I just have 3 years experience. I don't have any interesting projects to write about. My experience is the same as 30 of my classmates or the hundreds others out there. How the hell will I differentiate myself? The correct perspective to think about this, you want to change a job. To do that, you have to apply at several organizations out there. The first thing a recruiter will do once they receive your resume is to look up your LinkedIn profile. Thus, you need to have a LinkedIn profile. About 10 odd years experience, reservations you might have against creating a LinkedIn profile. I have just about 10 years experience. I'm not really sure what my differentiating factors are. I'm not looking at changing my job right now. So why bother creating a profile at all? The correct perspective again to think about this, the time to build your profile and to start networking is now, when you're not looking for a job. When you are looking for a job, it is already too late to start networking. If you do not have even a couple of strong differentiators after 10 years of working, there's something to think about, my friend. Or maybe you don't know how to package your profile and make it impactful. Maybe that's a skill that you need to learn. Thus, you need a LinkedIn profile. About 15 years experience, reservations you might have to creating your LinkedIn profile. I've done so much work. I'm not sure what to write about. I hardly even log into LinkedIn. Why do I care about it? I'm very settled in my job right now. Why bother with all this mumbo jumbo? Now the correct perspective for you to start thinking about this at about 15-20 years of experience, ideally your next job should find you, because you know very well that at that experience level it is very, very, very difficult to find the right job that matches what you want to do. Because these jobs don't get advertised on the job portals out there. For example, I'm currently working in India, in Pune, at a remote job at a bank in Eastern Europe. There was no way I could have figured out this job through a job portal. They found me, and the only reason they could find me was I had put myself out there and I had a rock solid LinkedIn profile using which they contacted me. You might not be active on LinkedIn, but your next recruiter definitely is. It's not just about changing a job. It's about the next opportunity. It could be an opportunity to write a blog, to review a product, to appear as a thought leader in a magazine, for content creation, for anything out there. How the heck will people even find you if you're not put out there, and if you've not had a solid LinkedIn profile which displays your credentials and what you're bloody good at, how will the world find you? How do they even know that you exist? Thus, you need a LinkedIn profile. I once heard in a leadership summit, your next job will be determined by how searchable you are. Read that statement again. Thus, everybody needs a LinkedIn profile. How is a LinkedIn profile different from a resume? LinkedIn profile is like an advertisement for your resume. It teases about the product, which is you, just enough so that your target is compelled to reach out to you. A lot of times, especially for senior people, LinkedIn is the first contact that a recruiter will have with you. A recruiter is looking for a specific combination of skills and background and might find your resume along with a couple of others out there. To validate the resume, the recruiter will look at your LinkedIn profile, and your LinkedIn profile could be the make or break of whether the recruiter will reach out to you or not. So, a LinkedIn profile is not a replacement for your resume. It is in fact an advertisement for your resume. Let's go ahead and start populating each section of the LinkedIn profile. Number 1, the picture. The profile picture is literally the face of your profile. So take it very, very seriously. It's the first thing that gets noticed when a recruiter is browsing through a million profiles out there. Now let's look at some examples of how not to create your profile picture. Number 1, the stiffy. It looks like the school day photo. Gives a very stiffy kind of vibes. The ultra casuals. The best picture they could find of themselves is where they seem half-baked. The hyena. A person who laughs so much and so hard that they hardly have time in between to pause and take a normal picture. The adrenaline junkie. It's great that you went on a truck or skydiving. Can you please come back and take a normal professional picture? The celebrity. That picture from that talk which you gave, which had 78 attendees some 4 years back, please give me a normal picture. The planet head. A profile picture taken too close where their face covers the entire picture. Give me some space, dude. Slogger. This person is so busy that they had to ask their secretary to take a picture of themselves while they were still working. Dr. Dolittle. I am a human. I have an animal. I love my animal. Sometimes I feed it too. Okay, so you get the idea of what kind of profile picture not to put. To get a professional opinion about your picture, you can go to photofeeler.com. They will review your picture and analyze it on likability, influence, and competence. The free version works just about fine, but you have one shot at uploading your picture, so choose wisely. Section 2, the banner. This is one of the most ignored sections of the LinkedIn profile. You can use it to very subtly convey either your top achievements or your core values. You can use Canva to create the banner. That's canva.com. So open up Canva, click on create a design and select LinkedIn career page background. Now select from any one of the existing templates and customize as required. Once done, download this file and upload as a LinkedIn banner. Next section, the headline. This is the piece of text below your image. It's like the caption of the advertisement. The default headline is your job title, but then it's the same job title for 1,000 other people out there. So how do you make that impactful? A simple formula is job title plus your company name plus some important keywords plus a zing factor. Some examples. Product manager at XYZ Corporation, I bring boring products to life. Technical recruiter at XYZ, specialist in technology leadership recruitment, on a mission to impact 10,000 lives. Copywriter who knows how to craft web content that goes viral. Oh, and you can't beat me on Scrabble. Next section, featured. The best way to think about this section is, what do you want the world to know about you? Highlight various facets of your profile here. Your GitHub profile, your publications, your blogs, your talks, your YouTube videos, patents, anything that's worth highlighting out there. The more the diversity in this section, the better. And of course, showcase all types of media in this section. Show your work rather than write about it. This should be a quick peek into the story of your life. Next section, about. The about section is important because it allows you to inject your own personality into the profile. LinkedIn has about 850 million users. A compelling summary will help your profile stand out from the crowd. Some questions that you can think about while filling up this section. What motivates you? What kind of experiences have you had? What are you passionate about? What makes you, you? Here are some examples of how people have filled up this section. Have a look and see if something resonates with you. Okay, if all of this is too intimidating and you're not the storyteller kinds, I get it. I have a solution for you. Stick to the basics and use the about section to highlight some of your key proficiencies. Proficiencies which are picked up from your profile, and use them as keywords. That will help an automating scanning tool to ensure that your profile at least has the right keywords. So do the technology part, forget the storytelling if you're not into that. Next section, experience. It's a summary of experience from each job that you have done. Just about 3 to 4 bullet points for each job. The way I like to structure this section is this. The more experience you have for the last 2 or 3 jobs, restrict to 2 or 3 bullet points per job. And you can increase content for the previous jobs. I'll give you the logic for this. In senior leadership roles, one of the expectations is for you to have the ability to clearly, concisely construct very simple English bullet points for very, very complex scenarios. Hence, the 2 to 3 bullet points per job. For the earlier parts of your career, it's okay to go a little bit more verbose. It also helps the recruiter to understand your background and where you're actually coming from. You can have a look at my LinkedIn profile as an example of how I've done this. Couple of bullet points for the last 2 or 3 jobs, and then a whole lot more as I go back in my career. I've explained in detail on how to structure the experience section for your resume. The link will be on the screen. You can refer to that to get some more ideas as well. Next section, skills. I'm personally not a fan of writing a million skills out there and then finding 100 people to endorse those skills for you. Writing skills in this section is fine just to satisfy the automated bots that scan your profile to match word for word from the job description. That's perfectly okay, understandable. Please don't go overboard on this section. Keep it simple. Okay, so that pretty much completes all the sections of LinkedIn. Now a question that I get asked quite a lot. How often should I update my LinkedIn profile? The short answer? As much as possible. I'll give you some guidelines. Update your profile when you have a significant work achievement. Something like a change of job, a change of role, a promotion, a relocation. Something significant which has an impact that you can talk about. If you're on a personal brand building spree, then use every possible opportunity to update your network on what you're doing. For example, blog published, article written, talk given at a conference, webinars done, YouTube video released, podcast appearance, any magazines publications, any awards and recognitions. You'll be surprised at how many people keep a keen eye on your resume and know exactly what is happening in your life, even though you will never get a comment from them. Also, another perspective to look at this, if you keep your LinkedIn profile updated, then it becomes much easier to create your profile when you really have to do it. 5 insider tips and trips. Having interviewed hundreds of people over the past 20 years of my career and having looked at thousands of LinkedIn profiles, here are 5 tips and trips from an insider perspective. When you're in the process of updating your LinkedIn profile and you're going to be working on it for a couple of days, it's a good idea to disable informing people of these changes. Go to settings, visibility, share profile updates with your network and click that off. Make a custom profile URL. It's a simple thing which takes less than a minute, but it shows your attention to detail, and it's these nuances that make a difference. Go to profile, edit public profile and URL, and edit that and put your name or your company name or something meaningful. Give and get recommendations genuinely. Give recommendations in your network to those who deserve it. And write the recommendations with your heart. And along the way, ask for recommendations from people that really count. It's better to have 5 solid recommendations than to have 25 of them with fluffy bullshit. Network like a professional with folks in your industry. Dedicate just 15 minutes to this activity on a consistent basis, day after day after day after day. Let me know if you want me to create a dedicated video on how to build your network on LinkedIn for specific causes. Engage with people. Comment on those posts which resonate with you. Add value to those posts. And once in a while, just for kicks, write something slightly controversial. It'll stir up a conversation. Try it. It's great fun. Do it sometimes. So that's how you create a rock solid LinkedIn profile. I have other videos out there which help you create a resume, and then another one where I'm reviewing a couple of resumes. The links are here in your screen. Leave a comment if you want me to create any other video on any other topic. I would add it to my backlog and take it in the subsequent sprints. See you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.